So I quit my day job it's coming up on a year. And honestly, ever since then, I feel like I've kind of lived the same day. Like every day I wake up, I have like a really similar day. And I know maybe for like some people would hate that, but for me, I crave that. I love my routine and like my process. It makes me really happy to like have my space and I don't know, just like be in a routine. So yeah, every day I wake up at around like 7:45, 6, kind of depends. And Allie gets up with me and we go downstairs and make breakfast, get ready for the day. We recently got a cat. Her name is Pepper. She's kind of become a part of our morning routine as well. But, going downstairs, like making sure the house is clean, like picking up, making breakfast, making smoothies, packing lunches, like having our morning coffee and tea. It's really like we almost do that every single day. And it's funny because I feel like sometimes when people make these videos, it's like, is that really what your day is like, or is that what you're recording? But this is basically my morning every day of my life. Because when you quit your 9 to 5, and the joke is like you quit your 9 to 5 to work 24/7. And I do go to the studio almost every day, but it doesn't really feel like work because it's stuff I enjoy. But my days are definitely like kind of it's a lot, I guess. But anyways, we get up, we pack little lunches so we can like eat when we're at work. Allie and I my art studio is at the Bridgeport Art Center, and Allie works in the building, so that works out really well. And lately, I've been taking the cat with me. So we got Pepper like 2 weeks ago. It was like right when we got back from our trip to Argentina. There was this little cat that was at the lodge with us, and it was so cute. And I was like, I have to get a cat. I've been on the fence for a while, but now I was like, I have to do it. So I went to Felines and Canines up in kind of near Loyola. And yeah, I didn't expect to take one home with me, but I went and I saw Pepper. Well, her name wasn't Pepper. Her name was like Mal, but I wanted to call her Pepper. And I was like, this cat is coming home with me. So then we brought her home, and she's been really good ever since. But I take her to the studio with me. The studio is close enough to walk, but in the winter, sometimes we'll just drive because we have a car. But I have a little like cat backpack for her, and I put her in it. And yeah, she comes up to the studio with me, and so far it's gone very well. She doesn't seem to mind it. Sometimes she, meows a little bit, but overall, I think Pepper kind of likes it. I don't know. She's chill. I don't know if she likes it or not, but she's definitely chill and doesn't seem to mind it. So she's like my little studio buddy now. But part of the reason I was so on the fence about getting a cat is I'm kind of allergic, and it wasn't always like that. Like our family grew up with cats. We had 3 different cats growing up. And never was a problem. But then I went to college and there was no cats. And then I graduated college and still like no cats in my life. And I started seeing cats again. And I was like pretty allergic to the cats. And I was like, man, what happened? So I thought about going to a breeder and getting like a hypoallergenic cat. But I posted about it on my story, and I got a lot of people explain to me the science of hypoallergenic cats, which thank you everybody who did that. No, but for real, like it was pretty interesting. And I think my allergies are probably more like animal specific than like total, like of all cats. So I just went to the shelter and I just like picked them up and see if they made me like sneezy or itchy. And Pepper didn't really do that. So I was like, perfect, we got a cat. Her hair is really short too. So I think it's just like a good situation. But I bring her up to the studio and she doesn't seem to mind it very much. She mostly hangs out in her little corner. I've got like a little cozy nook for her. I originally built that for Allie to hang out in my studio, and like she, just like a place for her to hang out. But it worked out really good because now I got the cat, so the cat kind of took it over. So yeah, we go to the studio. I'm normally getting to the studio by like, Allie and I leave the house normally like 8:20 is when we try to leave. So I get into the studio around like 8:30, and I try to like answer emails and kind of do computer stuff for maybe the first hour of my day. So maybe by like 9:30, 9, 10, it kind of depends. Some days I'll like video edit, some days I'll just jump right into clay stuff. But I'm normally in the studio most days by at least like 9:30, which is like really where I want to be. This is kind of where I do all my projects and my stuff. This is like what it's all for. Lately I've been working on some kind of like really colorful, fun mugs. I've been spending a lot of time on these. I was going for like kind of fun color gradients, and I spent probably the most time on the handle. I didn't want the handle to be like the other trendy handles, but I also wanted it to be really comfortable, but like a little trendy. I don't know, it's always like finding that balance. I'm really happy with how they turned out. They're gonna be in my shop update, which I think I'm doing the shop update on the 28th, which is a Saturday. So you can check my Instagram or this video description for more updates or like more information on the shop update. But I'm really excited. I think this is a mug design that I'll stick around. I'm gonna do some mugs and probably some of the cloud cups. But once I'm in my studio and kind of like all of the administrative stuff is done, it lets me have time to work on my projects. I'm trying to use Notion and like some kind of like planners to track a little bit better what I do and kind of organize my time. Normally in that first section of the day, I kind of make a checklist of like what I want to get done in the studio. One of the nice things about working for yourself is you get to do what you want, but the bad part is no one really holds you accountable. So it's really on you to hold yourself accountable. So I try to use Notion or like some notes app or whatever, it doesn't really matter, but to like have a plan for my day and then kind of like make sure I'm moving to like some big ticket items or like, or else it's like my attention can really get scattered all over the place. My New Year's resolution for this year is like finish projects a little bit more, like one-to-one, like start a project and finish it. So today I was just finishing up these cups. The outsides needed to be sanded. It's not, there's no glaze on the outside, at least not on the body. The handle is glazed, but the mug body itself is not glazed. So I was just, I wanted to finish these, which is sanding them and getting them ready to sell and then photographing them. So once this is done, like this project is done, I have a whole list of things I'm very excited to get into. I got a new clay body that I want to start trying out using, like a really dark clay. And then I got a 3D printer, which I haven't made a video on yet, but I will. And I want to do some 3D printing clay stuff. I have a couple ideas rattling around. But again, trying to get through these projects before I get too excited about the next one. And then normally around like somewhere between like 11:30 or 1 or 2. It kind of, again, depends on the day. I normally take a little break to eat lunch. Allie and I always pack lunches, it's honestly really nice. I like having my lunch packed because it's like really nice to know you have like a good meal that is like there for you, and it's like way cheaper than going out to eat all the time. So, and it's like healthier, which is kind of nice, now that I'm in my, I guess late 20s. Oh, that feels so bad to say. I'm 27, but I guess it's good to eat healthy too, like take care of yourself. But I think like just in general too, taking breaks throughout the day really helps me kind of like stay focused and do what I need to do. I like to like enjoy what I do, I don't want to just like grind through my day at the studio and then like trudge home. What's the point of that? I want to enjoy my process, so I try to, take little breaks, enjoy the process, and then I kind of try to mirror that with like the projects I work on. Since I like, doing new ideas, that's the fun stuff. I try to make sure that I have like a good balance of the stuff I should do and the stuff that's like exciting to do, like the new fun stuff. I think my time is kind of split 50-50 between documenting and creating, which I think the documenting is definitely a form of creating, but like, at least for this video, making video content like TikToks, Instagram, whatever, right? And then actually making physical objects. And it's probably like 50-50 split. Half my time goes into just documenting the things I do, which is a funny thing. It's like, I guess maybe that's not funny, but you can't just create digital content because the digital content is kind of you recording real life content. Doing exciting and new things and recording it is kind of like the whole point of it, you know? It's like the whole point of the process. And I feel like I'm always trying to come up with interesting new video ideas or like fun things that people might enjoy, which is my favorite part of it. But sometimes the follow through of it is the hardest part for me. So it's like got bounces. Anyways, during the day and my time in the studio, I try to make sure that that time reflects, you know, my kind of responsibilities. Where like half of my time is probably spent setting up and videoing, and then the other half is actually doing the things I am recording. That heating pipe sometimes turns on or whatever, and it makes this horrendous knocking noise for like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I just have to like sit around and wait if I'm trying to video record, just because, oh, wow. Oh no, it's still going, it's still going. But anyways, I'll be at the studio doing stuff. Normally, it depends. Honestly, it depends on the time of the year. Like Chicago, man, this time of year, it gets dark at like 4 o'clock. And I record what I do. So when I don't have sunlight, I can't really record. So kind of in the winter, it's mostly like December, February. Because February and January are really gray, like they're really cloudy, where November is normally there's still the sun. December, January, February time, it's so rough in Chicago. I'm probably here until like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, because then I can't film anything anymore. So I guess I could maybe live stream or do some other stuff, but like it's harder to be in the studio when it's dark because I need the sun. But in the summer, I'm like here until the sun sets, and the sun sets until like 8, 7, 9 o'clock at night. I am at the studio like a long time in the summer. It's like the best place on earth in the summer. It's like hard to explain, but it's like I open my windows and I get this awesome cross breeze, and it's like, it's so perfect. I miss the summer. In the winter, I'm here a little bit less. I'm normally out of the studio by 5 o'clock in the winter. And then it's time to go home. If it's the summer, I walk because I love walking home. Like, I love walking through my neighborhood in the summer. Everybody's outside, like hanging out. The neighborhood just feels good. The winter, maybe I walk maybe once a week max. Other than that, I take the car because Chicago winters are kind of brutal. And once I get home, you know, we kind of settle into like nighttime mode. I kind of like run around the house and I'll flick on all of the soft lighting. I don't like the overhead lights. I don't know, just try to like set a vibe. I normally sit down and I'll edit videos, or Allie and I will watch some TV. Right now we're rewatching some of Always Sunny. Maybe watch some like One Piece or something like that. I don't know. But we'll cook dinner together. I think we cook almost most nights, maybe not every night. We go out to eat maybe once a week max, maybe twice. I guess it depends on like if there's any restaurants we want to check out. But other than that, we cook. Allie really loves cooking, and I also love cooking. Not as much as Allie, but it kind of works out in the dynamic because Allie likes to cook and I like to clean. So it kind of is like a perfect. It just works. So we'll normally cook something and then I shower. And then I'll normally just like hang out, listen to some music, you know, light a candle. I'll edit videos and do stuff like that, hang out, maybe come up with like tomorrow's plan. And then we'll crawl into bed at like 10:30, 9:30 sometimes. It kind of depends, you know. Scroll on TikTok for, you know, too long and then fall asleep. And that's kind of what my days look like. And they're all kind of the same, you know. Sometimes I'll take a day off. Some days maybe I'll do like a half day. But generally that's kind of what my schedule looks like. And yeah, if you've got any questions, put them in the chat or in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a little bit. I've just been busy with the new year and like the cat, who I love so much. Yes, she's the best. Yes, say hello, Pepper. Hello. Oh, she's getting fussy. I think she's more of a shoulder cat. She kind of likes being up on a shoulder. She doesn't really like being held like a baby. Yeah, but hopefully you liked the video. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment if you got any questions. And if you're not subscribed, you know, go ahead and do that. But other than that, yeah, I don't have anything. So see you guys. Come on, Pepper. Yeah, say goodbye.
Say goodbye then, Pepper. Oh, you want to say bye?